An urgent search for this little boy. His young mother was found violently murdered in St. Pete, and now an Amber Alert has been issued for the 2-year-old. St. Pete police say it is all hands on deck.
They have been searching for hours with help from multiple agencies. News Channel 8's Triple Sahaki is live at the Lincoln Shores apartment complex in St. Pete tonight for us. He's been covering this investigation. What's the latest, Trevor?
Well, Keith, Jen, police have one priority right now, and that's finding 2-year-old Taylen Mosley, who's now been missing for more than 24 hours. Officials are asking for the public's help. If you've seen Mosley, call police immediately.
Have you seen this boy? St. Pete police are urgently searching for 2-year-old Taylen Mosley. The last time families saw Mosley was yesterday around 5 o'clock at the St. Pete apartment he and his mom, Pashun Jeffrey, live in. According to police, neighbors heard a commotion last night around 9. Around 2:30 today, Mosley's family got worried after not hearing from his mom, so they asked the apartment complex to check on her. An apartment employee found her dead and Mosley gone. They had a helicopter up and are even going through the communal trash. Neighbors were stunned at the news.
It's really sad about the missing kid. I didn't know it was in my neighborhood, and I was really shocked when I pulled up and saw it that was in my neighborhood. It's usually a very peaceful neighborhood.
With a nearly 24-hour time gap between the last time anyone saw Mosley and he being reported missing, police will follow up leads throughout the night.
And police did say they are sure Mosley's father does not have the young boy. Though the crime scene tape is still up behind me, police said that investigators will be continuing the murder investigation here in the morning.
That's 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm going to give you a timeline, and then I'll open up for any questions if you wish. So yesterday around 5:30, the family members saw the deceased and Taylen at this location. Around 9:30 last night, one of the neighbors heard a commotion. Earlier today, the family did not hear from the deceased, so they asked the apartment manager to come do a check on them. When they went into the home, they found the deceased in the apartment. I can tell you it's a very violent homicide scene within the apartment, but we cannot find the 2-year-old. So right now, that's our main concern, is to try to locate Taylen. I can tell you right now we have our state, federal, and county partners looking for this young man. We have a dog coming in to try to find, and we're also going to put a drone up to do a grid search of the back area. That's all I have for you right now. If I get any more updates, please we'll stand by for that. But our main concern is we need to find this 2-year-old. We need to know where he is. So please, if you get that information out there, please. If anybody knows where this young man is, please, we're begging you, please call us. Because that's our concern right now. We need to find this young man and make sure he's okay. Shouldn't say young man, make sure this child is okay. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Chief, I didn't catch the first part of your presser with the chopper going over. You said that yesterday around 5:30, a family member saw the boy. Can you kind of just go over that timeline again?
So around 5:30 yesterday, a family member saw the deceased and saw the baby yesterday. So today they didn't hear from them. So right around, I think it was 2:30, that's when they asked the property manager to go do a check, and that's when they found the deceased in the apartment, but they did not find the child in there.
And what happened at 9:30 last night?
9 o'clock last night, as we're doing an area check, some of the neighbors said they heard a commotion coming from that apartment.
Chief, have you been able to talk with Taylen's father?
No, we have not.
But you don't believe he's with his father either?
We know he's not with his father.
The Amber Alert said that the boy's been missing since yesterday.
Well, again, just now we're just building up the information. So now we know that he was seen yesterday at 5 o'clock. So now that's our timeline. Sometime between 5 o'clock and today, no one has seen the young man, the child.
Is there any surveillance footage of a parking lot or a personal area that their investigation will be looking at?
Well, that's what the detectives are doing now. They're combing the area. And if anybody has any footage that they would like to share with us, please give us a call so we can take a look at that. And that's what the detectives are doing now. They're going door to door to see if anybody has any type of cameras or anything that they saw last night or saw today that was suspicious, to give us that information so we can follow up on those leads.
Is there anyone in particular that you all have your eye on that people should look out for, a car or anything like that?
We don't have anything right now. That's why we're asking if anybody knows where Taylen is to please let us know, because we need him. We want to make sure that he's okay, because like I told you, that crime scene is very violent on the inside.
Is there any indication from the crime scene that Taylen may have been hurt or injured already?
Don't know, and that's why we're trying to find him.
Can you say how the
right now, because it's still under investigation, that's what we're going to get out there.
Are you able to speak to where in her apartment she was found?
I'll just say in the apartment, that's where she was found.
Do you know how many people lived in the apartment?
Right now, we're just assuming just on the lease with just the mom and the child.
Is that blue car the mother's car?
Yes, it is.
Can you speak to the urgency of this investigation right now?
It's very urgent. Like I told you, it's all hands on deck right now. We're calling our detectives in. Again, we have our county, state, and federal partners that are assisting because we want to find Taylen. That's our main goal right now. The homicide scene, we will work that, but right now we want to bring this child home.
If somebody has him, is there a message you have for that person?
Yes, please. If you have this child, please call us. Let us know that this child is safe, because that's our main concern right now. We're not looking to charge anyone. We just want to know where this child is right now to make sure that he is safe.
Can you speak to how much you guys are up against your radius for searching for him right now?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you that helicopter.
No worries. As far as speaking to the seriousness and what you're up against, your radius for searching for him right now spans probably infinitely as far as where he can be.
That is correct, because again, the last time he was seen was yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So he could be anywhere, and that's what we're trying to find out. Where is he?
Does the delay make it a challenge that this commotion was heard at 9:30 last night and she was found today at 10:30?
Yes, again, that's the timeline that we're working with right now. So we don't know if Taylen was there at around 9 o'clock. We just know there was a commotion in that apartment. No one called police. They just said that's what they heard last night.
And again, you all say you haven't spoken to Taylen's father, but you know that he does not have the child.
That is correct. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Police say his mother was murdered in her home, and now her 2-year-old is nowhere to be found.
Good morning. Now, the latest that we have heard from police is that this is an all-hands-on-deck situation this morning. They believe that this child could be in danger. If you take a look behind me, this is the current scene here. You can see it's still taped off, and police remained here at this apartment this morning.
It's all hands on deck right now.
This is 2-year-old Taylen Mosley. The boy St. Pete police believe could be in danger. Mosley was last seen with his mother, 20-year-old Pashun Jeffrey, around 5 Wednesday evening outside their home at Lincoln Shores Apartments in St. Pete. According to police, neighbors heard a commotion that night around 9. It wasn't until 2:30 Thursday afternoon that an apartment employee found the 20-year-old dead and the toddler gone. Now the search is on, from above and ground level. With a nearly 24-hour time gap between the last time anyone saw Mosley and him being reported missing, police are now asking for your help.
Police need your help finding 2-year-old Taylen Mosley. He was last seen at the Lincoln Shores Apartments. Neighbors say they heard some commotion before his disappearance. Anyone who knows where he is should call police.
And they found her body. She had been killed. At that point, they contacted police. Our first priority now is to find her missing 2-year-old son. Taylen lived in the apartment with Pashun. He is missing. No family member has him that we can find. So even though we are investigating her murder, our first priority right now is to find Taylen, and we've put out an Amber Alert, and we ask anyone with information to please contact the St. Petersburg Police Department.
And so the 911 call then, I assume, came from this employee?
Yes.
Okay.
Came from the management here at the apartment complex.
And what methods are you using? I see we got the chopper up there.
We have, yes, the sheriff's office is assisting us with the chopper to try to check all of the between buildings and all of the different waterways that are here, the ponds and lakes. And then we have all hands on deck. We have every detective that we have in-house, double shifts. Everyone's coming in to try to search the complex and try to see if we can find this child. We believe he could be in danger. The longer he's missing, the more difficult this gets, and we need to find this child.
Why do you believe he's in danger?
Well, because he is missing, and his mother was killed.
I just spoke with St. Pete police. They told me that this boy, it is very urgent that we find him. You see that picture on your screen like you mentioned. If you see that boy, please call police immediately. Amber Alert was just issued. I don't know, I just got it on my phone here in St. Pete. You may have gotten it on your phones out there. That has a link to everything that you need as well to help police find this kid. They are very worried. They say he is possibly in danger. Here's how it all went down. I just spoke with police, like I said. Basically, the family of this boy's mother, her name is Pashun Jeffrey. She's 20 years old. The family didn't hear from her, became concerned. They ended up calling the employees at here, this Lincoln Shores apartment. They called the employees here, said they were worried about the mother. The employees went to the mother's apartment, which is right behind me. They knocked on the door, they went inside, and that's when they found her body on the floor. This boy, nowhere to be found. They immediately called 911, and that's how St. Pete police have gotten here. We literally just got here 5-10 minutes ago. The Pinellas County Sheriff has a chopper up. You might be able to hear that in the background as well. I'm actually gonna get out of the way right now. As you can see behind me, the St. Petersburg police have set up their forensics unit, and you might be able to see in the distance, there's a blue car with the trunk open, doors open. That is actually Pashun Jeffrey's car that they are looking through, and it is her apartment on the second floor. That's where the body was found. Like we said, police are looking very, very urgently for this child. Again, his name is Taylen Mosley. He just turned 2 years old, actually, back a couple weeks ago. Like I said, family got very concerned, called the apartment complex, and then the apartment complex found mom, could not find this boy. They are looking everywhere for him. St. Pete police said that they were looking through waterways, they were looking on side streets. They're bringing in extra people from extra shifts. They are doing everything they can, and they want everyone to take a look at that photo and make sure that if you do see this boy anywhere, call St. Pete police immediately. JB?
Trevor Sahaki joining us from St. Pete, Florida. He just got there a short time ago. Trevor, hopefully you can spend a few more minutes with us. To our audience joining us on social media, we have live streams going now live on Facebook Live. We're also live on YouTube Live, a couple other platforms as well. On the bottom of your screen, you see share to help. This is news that is developing over the last half an hour, the Amber Alert. Trevor, to answer your question, I did get it here in Hillsborough County, so it is going out to at least several counties in the Tampa Bay area. Perhaps some folks can join us on Facebook Live. Tell us on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live where you are watching from, and let us know if you got the Amber Alert. But really, most importantly, folks, click on share or retweet or however you would distribute on social media so that we can help police get the word out as quickly as possible, and we'll do our part here to keep you posted. As far as when this discovery was made, Trevor, as far as the timeline here, do we have any details from police on when this all took place?
We do, JB. They tell us that it was around 2:30 this afternoon, so only 3 hours ago, as I checked the clock right there, 3 hours ago, that the employee found the body of Pashun Jeffrey, that 20-year-old mother, and called police. So this is very, very new investigation. They are still looking into a lot of leads. While we're here, we have seen a ton of St. Pete police cars. We've seen off-duty cops come in. We've seen detectives come in. Like I said, we have the chopper overhead. So we are just 3 hours into this search. And you know, JB, this also brings up, you may remember this as well, the 2-year-old that went missing up in, I believe it was Hernando County, just maybe a month ago or so. And it is very, very crucial that these early hours, they really make or break the difference in finding young kids like this, because this boy just turned 2 years old, like I said, 2 weeks ago. So they are very worried about him, and they want everyone to take a look at that photo and share it, spread it around to make sure that if you see him, call police immediately.
Trevor, do we have any idea as to how this mother died? Again, we're talking about a 20-year-old mother, and again, we have the details in the article on WFLA.com. If you're joining us here, folks, and you're looking for that article, you might see it in the comment on your screen, also in the description on this video. But as far as the mother being 20 years old, so young, obviously, that goes without saying. As far as the cause of death, have we heard anything about that at this time?
No word yet on that, JB, but I think it is worth mentioning that police are very concerned about this boy. They could not express that enough to me, how worried they were, and they did say that he was possibly in danger. So I think that says enough about, you know, how this mother may have died. I don't presume to know anything. We weren't told anything about how she was killed in any way, or if it was. We really don't know how she died here, but I do know that the chief of police is on his way, and he will be speaking here shortly, so maybe he'll be able to give us some more updates.
So with an Amber Alert, there's also the potential for there being a kidnapping of some kind. In fact, that it went out as it had kidnapping on the actual alert itself. So, Trevor, perhaps the next piece of information that we might get is perhaps vehicle information or suspect information, but this is still really early on, correct? We haven't heard anything on the ground in Pinellas County just yet as to that information.
No, we have heard nothing about that yet, JB, and I will be sure to ask all of those very important questions when the chief gets here. Like I said, we just got here maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, so we're learning as much as you are as quickly as we can. The St. Pete police chiefs could not be more urgent in asking people to keep an eye out for Taylen Mosley. They said that it was a very violent homicide scene inside the apartment behind me. I'm gonna step away so you can take a look at that scene. As you can see, the crime tape up, and it's that blue car with the trunk open and all of the evidence markers around it. That is Pashun Jeffrey's car. That is, they are looking at that, and her apartment is just next to it. And I want to show you that picture of Taylen. This is the boy that everyone is searching for. They said that they are bringing a drone in. They've had a chopper up. They're bringing crews in off extra shifts. They are also bringing in multiple departments and doing everything they can to find this boy as soon as possible. And you can see in this Eagle 8 footage right now that they have completely surrounded this apartment. There are multiple agencies, like we said, multiple cops, and the chief broke down exactly how the timeline went. And a quick note on the timeline there, around 5 o'clock last night, family saw both mother and child together safe and sound, and then it was at around 9 o'clock last night that neighbors here heard a commotion coming from the apartment, some kind of noise, something like that. The police chief didn't specify what exactly that was. And then around 2:30 today, that's when a family of both Taylen and Pashun realized that they hadn't heard from them in a while, were worried about their safety, called employees here to do a welfare check. Employees came to the apartment and found Pashun killed in there and could not find that boy, and that's what brings us all here today. So they will be searching throughout the rest of the day and most likely into the night. We were just told this. Police are now looking into whether that dumpster has anything to do with this missing toddler and this what they call very violent homicide scene in that apartment behind me. Police loaded it onto a flatbed truck, and they told us that they're now taking it to a secondary location where they're going to go through it and make sure that there's nothing in there. Right now, as you can see over my shoulder, that is the crime scene over there. We've shown you that blue car before with the trunk open. It's an apartment right butting up to that blue car. That is the crime scene. And then if you come back to me, it's actually all the way over here. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna go into the sun right now, so I might be really bright. My photographer might have to adjust, but it's actually all the way over there. I don't know if my photographer is able to get all the way over there, but it's way back in that far corner. That is where that dumpster was. So it's far away, I would say, but it's not necessarily. It did look like it was one of those big dumpsters that had some kind of receptacle in the front that could maybe crush trash or something like that. I know I have one of them at my own apartment complex, but it definitely appeared to be maybe more of a dumpster for at least a good chunk of the community here. So, I don't know how full that dumpster is. I don't know, what exactly people are allowed to put in the dumpster. But it is, I would say, it's far enough away that it's possible that there is something in there that would help police in the investigation. But it certainly wasn't, next door to the crime scene by any means.